Good morning. Good morning, Eagle, Nick, AUDIT. You know what I mean, VERN. Good morning, Miss Jeannie. How you doing this morning? Great to see you again. There's crazy, scary Sherry up there. She'll probably come walking down this way here before long. Probably start running that mouth again. Good morning, Alan Davis. Great to see you, brother. How you doing this morning? There goes Joey, and I don't know the other two gentlemen and that lady that they're walking with, but that dude there in the gray shirt that don't have a backpack on is carrying a box that has his, looks like his cover in it. Looks like they've cleaned it all out back here behind me. I told you, there she comes, running that mouth. They wasn't nobody around you, Sherry, nobody around you. You the one come up here running your mouth, Sherry. You gonna come up here running your mouth. I'm gonna turn it around. They wasn't nobody looking at you. They wasn't nobody said nothing to you. You the one come up running your mouth. You the one come up, say nothing to you. Quit stalking me. Quit stalking me. Quit stalking me. Quit stalking me.
You know what? I'll get the police out here if they can deal with you.
Call them. They're already watching the live stream. They saw you come across running your mouth. Call them. I don't care. They didn't nobody say nothing to that stupid ass girl. She starts running that mouth, still running that mouth. Oh, she's still running that mouth. She done got that dude to where he's running. She's still running that mouth. Still running that mouth. Well, I said it was going to happen before it ever happened. Now, everybody knows I didn't say a word to her. She come across the road running that mouth. Sherry is always like that. She has a severe mental health problem as well as a severe dope problem. Good morning, Big Boy, Georgia. Good morning, Thomas Reed. Good morning, Fred Hinkle. Good morning, Missile Dick 5000. Good morning, Anthony. Are you here to be on the live stream, or are you here to troll again this morning, brother? Good morning, Alan Davis.
How the hell you remember all them names, brother?
It's showing them on the screen. Good morning, Mike Murphy. How you doing today? You just missed old crazy Sherry coming by running that big old mouth.
I didn't got any cuss fight with her this morning, brother.
I don't doubt that one bit, Melvin.
I said, you got a fucking devil in you.
Hey, tell everybody what's going on. Sherry done started on you this morning?
Yeah, man, she got a devil in her. She needs to get rid of that damn devil. I told her, you're going to hell. She said, I don't give a fuck. I said, well, more power to you. I'm not going. You are. That's up to you. Bye.
Yeah, I was sitting here looking across the road, live streaming, looking up the middle of the bridge, wasn't even saying nothing to her. She started running her mouth, so yeah, of course, I turned the camera around on her so that everybody could see exactly how she was acting. Talking about she's gonna go call the police, call the police. I got it all right here. They saw it live, I'm sure. They saw her come up running her mouth. She is the one trying to cause a disturbance. Good morning, Juggalassus. How you doing this morning, Jug? We're gonna set the phone down for just a minute. Now, I gave advanced warning that that was going to happen when she started coming out through here, because that is how that girl is. She doesn't have a lick of sense. But Sherry can call the police if she wants to, but she is the problem. It wasn't me. I didn't say anything to her. She is the one started running her mouth at me. Before she ever even got across the road, she was already running her mouth. She'll follow me around, but then she'll say I'm stalking her. You believe that shit? Good morning, Rain D. Great to see you again. Yeah, I believe Anthony Rossnake needs to change his username to Needle Dick. You know what I mean, VERN? Good morning, Gil 7CH. Sex? Sec, S-E-C. Sort of hard to read it. It's such small letters. Good morning, Aussie Nathan. I believe somebody's got a message for the Dalton Police Department. What was that? F the police. FTP. Look, here comes two of my crow buddies flying this way. Who? F-U-C-K, the police. See you, buddy. Adios. Be careful. Yeah, watch out for Scary Sherry. She went that way. Thank you, Miss Rain D. Thank you so much for that $5 super. That is so awesome. And Anthony, if you saw that, brother, I did not ask anybody for that, but I am truly grateful. Good morning, Punisher 1. Good morning, Big Boy Georgia. Thank you, Miss Rain D. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I'm sure Anthony's going to be saying that EagleNick's begging for money. You know what I mean, Vern? He was on here lying yesterday saying that I say that I'm homeless. Now, I have never said that I was homeless. I did say that I was close to being homeless when Chef Ben had ran off. But at no time has EagleNick ever said that I'm homeless. You know, I've said many times I am home less than I am at home. But I am not homeless. Oh, yeah, Mike Murphy. I guess that's what it is. Oh, Anthony's been coming on to the live streams for a while now. He never used to troll my channel, but he just started yesterday wanting to troll me for some reason. Now, I have said many times that I have a lot of friends up here who are homeless. I have said many times that I consider the homeless my friends, but I've never said that I was homeless. And yes, I may say we have super chat, super thanks, and super stickers are active. And if anyone wants to use those supers, that they are available. But there is a big difference in saying they are active and available than saying, hey, why don't you send me some money? But when I seen Sherry way over close to the building, I knew it would be coming when she got out here close to where I was. She just cannot resist running that mouth trying to stir up controversy. Now, she said she was going to call the police. I say call them. She can't make up no damn lies on me because I've got her on the live stream. Good morning, and what? Good morning, Jack Daniels. Hello to you from the UK. Now that old crazy boy that's always talking about $6 at the window of Henderson Drive, he was in there talking all that crazy stuff this morning, getting up in somebody's face. They let him get a plate, but they told him that he was banned from up here for a week. There's our buddy Stanley going by. Good morning, Stanley. But he took his plate and he poured it out in the middle of the road right there. I guess he did that just trying to cause them poor old pigeons and little birds to get run over by cars when they turn in and out of there. Don't make no sense. You know, he could have poured it off to the side somewhere where the birds could eat it and wouldn't have to worry about getting running over. I guess he thinks that type of shit is funny, throwing shit out there in the road, causing a poor little bird to risk getting killed trying to eat that shit. Good morning, Jeffrey Epstein. I don't believe that is the real Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein is dead, I do believe. I'm pretty sure he had one of them Clinton suicides. Yeah, that was crazy, man. I wish he hadn't have did that shit. He'll end up causing some of them poor little birds or some of them poor little pigeons to get killed by pouring that stuff out in the center of the roadway there where people turns in. Well, I beg to differ with you, brother. These birds get run over up through there when people does that stuff all the time. Now, them little bitty birds may not get hit, them little chickadees, but these pigeons gets run over all the time. There's thousands of pigeons around here. Good morning, Eileen on myself. How you doing this morning? Great to see you again, Miss Eileen. Oh, EagleNick loves it when all them pretty ladies starts coming on to the live stream. You know what I mean, Vern. Yep, we need all them pretty ladies coming on the live stream, especially after we run into old Scary Sherry like we did this morning when she come across the road running that mouth. I guess she didn't think that I would turn the camera on her, but I'm not going to let her keep walking up on me talking all kind of shit without me getting her on the live stream to prove that she ain't nothing but a damn liar and a crazy person. I mean, what the hell? She come across the road running that mouth saying all manner of foul stuff. And then she starts saying, I'm gonna call the police. She was going to call the police about the disturbance that she was trying to create. Here comes old Goofy Nick back. Good morning. How's it going, brother? Well, you can go back to the very starting of the live stream, Miss Eileen, on myself, and you can see Sherry come across the road running that mouth. Then she come up here around behind me. You ought to know I'm going to turn that camera around on her when she's around behind me. I'm not going to let her come up behind me and knock me in the back of the head, because that girl doesn't have a lick of sense. You know what I mean, Vern? And I don't believe this old boy does either. There goes one of my crow buddies. There goes another one. They were right here, right by me. I didn't even know they was there because I didn't ever hear them call out. Oh man, that dude looks like he's wearing yellow Crocs like I am. Look, he looks like he's wearing yellow Crocs. I'm wearing yellow Crocs. Yep, Scary Sherry said she's gonna call the police. Good morning, John C. Nope, this is definitely not the only bridge in Dalton. We've got a few more bridges. This is one of the only few bridges you can get up and under, though, other than the one up here under the railroad tracks. And you're not supposed to be on the railroad tracks or by the railroad tracks. No, them are yellow tennis shoes. I thought those were yellow Crocs. But this car stopped and let the man by, so that was pretty cool of him. Now that big guy you seeing coming across the road up there, he's the one that stole my cooling cloth last week. I had this t-shirt that I kept around my neck, a Nike dry fit t-shirt that I kept wet with cold water to try to stay cool. I went into Greater Works one morning and lo and behold, my damn cooling cloth come up missing, and I ended up coming up here and finding him with it around his neck. So I walked up and just took it off of him and said, "Hey buddy, that belongs to me." Good morning, Steve Elliott from Las Vegas. Good morning to you, Will, in Nova Scotia, Canada. How you doing this morning? Great to see you again. But we're waiting on that Dalton Police Department to show up. She said she was going to call them. Where y'all at? Now, if they do roll up, they better take Sherry to jail. They better not fuck with me because I didn't do anything wrong. Yes, sir. Good morning. EagleNick AUDIT. You know what I mean, Vern? Double tap your screen to give old EagleNick a like. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and it will not buy. You know what I mean, Vern? It don't cost a thing to give a like. It doesn't cost a thing to subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing to share out my content or to share my channel. Yeah, she was saying she was going to call the police when she was the one that come across the bridge there trying to cause a disturbance. Well, all I know to say is she's going to have to dream on. You know what I mean, Vern? There's one of my crow buddies come back. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, ah, ah. There you go, baby. Talk to us. What you doing, crow buddy? Ah. Yep, she's just gonna have to be like Aerosmith and dream on. I'm here to tell you now that ain't gonna happen. I guess that man's trying to find somewhere he can spread his cover out and lay down and try to get some sleep. I can still hear my crow buddy, but I don't know where he moved off to. I don't see him up there on the pole nowhere. Scary Sherry is very, very scary. Come on, everybody, double tap your screen to give old EagleNick a like. Look, there goes my crow buddy. Double tap your screen to give a like. Don't be scared, it won't bite. You know what I mean, Vern? We're showing 72 people. Well, we just dropped down to 58. There goes another one of my crow buddies. What's wrong, crow buddy? Huh? What's wrong? You hungry? Ah! Ah, ah, ah! I love you too, crow buddy. You be safe, okay? Watch out for Scary Sherry. Yeah, you watch out for Scary Sherry, okay? You want to say hello to everybody? Tell everybody hello. My crow buddy's saying hello to everybody. Hey, I know that's right, crow buddy. That old girl's crazy. Good morning, Charles Hogan. Good morning, Georgia Regulator. Ah, 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 ah. Boy, that crow there's very vocal this morning. Hey, I'm doing pretty good this morning there, Brett, Georgia Regulator. How you doing, brother? Great to see you again. Ah, ah, ah. Now, he might be trying to warn me that Scary Sherry's coming back this way. Hello, crow buddy. Ah! Well, we're trying to look, see if old Scary Sherry is come slipping back around. You never know with that old psychopath. That old girl ain't got a lick of sense. You know what I mean, VERN? I really don't know why Sherry acts that way. I really don't.
Mr. Nick,
Yes, sir.
good morning. Can I trouble you for a cigarette, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, brother. Hey, what's your shirt say? I like it. Oh, Checkers.
Yep.
Look, fries bring happiness. I bring the fries. Hey, I like it. Oh, Sherry come by here running that mouth a while ago. Well, hell, you had to see her. You sitting right there.
Her damn mouth.
She come by here running that mouth and then said, "I'm gonna call the police." Hey, she might be in love, big boy Georgia, but let's just pray it ain't with old EagleNick. AUDIT. You know what I mean, Vern? I'm gonna have to pass on that. I'm gonna have to take a hard pass. I think he's going to the Walmart. Hey, he is a real nice gentleman. I love that guy. Every time he sees me, he'll say, "Mr. Nick." But he asked me if he could have a cigarette. I only had 2 left, so I gave him one of them, and I'm smoking the last one now. But he's a real good old guy. Yeah, I mean, since I first seen that fella, man, he's always called me Mr. Nick. Real good guy. Yeah, I only had 2 of them, but as long as I had one, even if it had been my last one, I still gave it to him because, you know, at least I'm not homeless. I'm sure he is. I do not judge a person by the color of their skin. I do not judge a person by the financial situation they find themselves in. Good morning, drug-fueled nightmare. Is that Miss Sherry? I believe that's Miss Sherry. That's what Miss Sherry is. It's a drug-fueled nightmare. You know what I mean, Vern? This looks like our friend Stanley coming back by. If it is, he'll blow his horn at us. Yep, there's our friend Stanley going back by. Now, in case anybody didn't notice it, my friend Stanley is black as well. I have a lot of friends that are black, Hispanic. was drug-fueled nightmare. I don't think you would walk Scary Sherry. You know what I mean, Vern? Not unless you set your standards very, very low. You know, they used to do a skit on Saturday Night Live called Lowered Expectations. Now, you would really, really, really have to lower your expectations to be okay with someone like Scary Sherry. Well, I'm sure her gums would probably give you a disease as well. Hopefully she won't come back up this way. She'll head on down toward the south where she's staying out in the woods. Hopefully she'll be out in the woods, because I have to go right that way going to my house. And if I do, I'm sure she's going to start saying, "Stop stalking me." I mean, that old girl has such a mental health problem. If you're riding in the same direction she's going, she thinks you're following her. She might be waiting on me to go home, but she damn sure won't be waiting on me at home. Now, the property that I co-own with my siblings where I live is clearly marked, posted no trespassing, private property, and also have no loitering signs up. No sleeping and no overnight visits. You know what I mean, Vern? Boy, I sure am glad them pigeons is about ate all that biscuit that was out here in the middle of the road there. They didn't none of them get run over. Drug-fueled nightmare. I'm sure Scary Sherry don't have a cherry. You know what I mean, Vern? She don't got any part of her that's still cherry. She's more like a prune. Yeah, a lot of people call them pigeons, but I usually call them bridge chickens. Now, them bridge chickens don't get real big. You can tell that one there's a male. It keeps running that other one around. Watch it. But hopefully, if we're lucky, Scary Sherry won't come back down through here. Well, I tell you what, drug-fueled nightmare. If you like prunes, you'd have a field day with Scary Sherry. As long as you keep her pipe filled, she might keep her mouth shut some. Yeah, she has a crush, all right. I think she's in love with old EagleNick. Hey, even the bad is good. You know what I mean there, Charles Hogan. Even the worst is still good, but I just don't think I could go that low. I just think she might be too nauseating. But I tell you what, old drug-fueled nightmare's welcome to come on down here to Dalton, Georgia. She's running these streets every single day. I've heard the rumor she'll make you holler for $1. You know what I mean, Vern? Yeah, I was sitting here doing a live stream one day. She was back here behind me and she was saying, "Tell everybody I said hello. Tell them I said hey." So I turned the phone back around on her and said, "Tell them yourself, darling." And when I did, she said, "Hey." And then she started cussing. But we're still waiting on that Dalton Police Department to come by, and here comes one right now. Let's see if they want to stop and say anything about old Scary Sherry. Here we have the Dalton Police Department. Looks like they're going to turn in right here. Number 58. Nope, he went on by. Maybe he's looking for Scary Sherry. Nope, he kept right on going. You know what I mean, Vern? Now, if this is who I think it is coming right here, we're fixing to have some more scaries. Good morning, Deadly Kitten. How you doing this morning? But that was number 58 with the Dalton Police Department that just rode by. Now, he did wave as he went by, but he kept right on going. He didn't stop and he didn't say anything. He just kept right on a trucking. You know what I mean, Vern? No, that ain't who I thought it was. Thank God. If it had have been, you'd have heard some more cussing, and it wouldn't have been EagleNick. Good morning, Newfound Life today. How you doing, Jack? Punisher 1, you need to take and find one of them shorts I did a scary Sherry where you can zoom in and get a real close-up view so you can see if you think she is actually pretty or not. Now I've got one short on there where she says she is a beautiful woman. Now, I'm pretty sure she was high as a kite when she said it. That would be the only thing I could think that would have made her think that she was a beautiful woman. She must have been high as the sky. Good morning, Billy Burns. Well, you said them pretty ladies. I thought maybe you was talking about Miss Sherry. I thought maybe you thought she was pretty. She is pretty scary. Oh, you're saying that Deadly Kitten is beautiful. Yeah, when that number 58 came by with the Dalton Police Department and put on his blinker where he did, I thought he was going to turn in right here, but he didn't. Yeah, I knew they wasn't going to stop. Now, I do not believe we've ever had vehicle number 58 with the Dalton Police Department on the live stream. But he did wave as he went by. He did not stop and try to harass EagleNick. Good morning, Jesus Flores. That sounds good to me. I'll take the hooker, but I don't need that 12-pack. I'll take a 12-pack of Mountain Dew. Now, if anybody would like to donate directly via Cash App, I pinned my Cash App to the bottom of the chat. Okay, you have a very, very blessed day, Rain D. Thank you so much for that $5 super. You are so greatly appreciated. Just the fact that you came in means the world to me. It ain't because of the $5. It's just you being here. Drug-fueled nightmare, brother. Please don't be thinking stuff like that. There's nothing in this life worth taking your life over. Good morning, Miss Moz. Well, we had old Scary Sherry come by running her mouth, saying she was going to call the police after she was the one trying to cause a disturbance. After over 50-something minutes, we actually had one come by, number 58 with the Dalton Police Department. But they did not stop. They just passed directly in front of us. He did wave. Good morning, Muted Voodoo. Good morning, Miss Amy Elizabeth. Great to see you again this morning, Miss Amy. And hello to you for the first time, Muted Voodoo. I believe this is the first time I've ever seen you on here. But this is looking towards downtown, the Walnut Avenue Bridge here on South Hamilton Street. Thank you so much, Muted Voodoo. Please be sure to subscribe. Check out my content. Now, I have to be back at the Whitfield County Courthouse this coming Friday, July the 25th at 9 a.m. to appeal my conviction for a criminal trespassing charge at the United States Post Office in downtown Dalton, Georgia, that I did not commit. But I have completed the complete sentence. I had to serve 2.5 months in jail, and I was on probation for 7 months. Now, my sentence was 12 months with 5 months to serve and a $1,000 fine, which is the maximum penalty allowed under law. But they were not happy with that. They made me serve 2.5 months because you get 2 for 1 for county time. plus I had to pay court costs and surcharges, plus probation fees to those blood money sucking vampires at the Georgia Probation Services Incorporated, a for-profit private business that collects blood money for the city of Dalton, Georgia. Now, I paid a total of $1,989 on a $1,000 fine. No, the cat lady ain't got here yet this morning. Check out this dude on this bicycle. Hell, he's bigger than the bicycle. Where'd he go? There he is. I don't know if that's just a big dude or a little bike. Yeah, I definitely had to pay a hell of a lot more than I was supposed to have to be able to pay under the penalty of law. They maliciously prosecuted me as well as maliciously sentenced me. And they said it was because of my audits at the United States Post Office in downtown Dalton, Georgia, but I know it was because of my live streams from the Dalton Police Services Center, where I called every bit of them out, from the police chief on down. Yeah, we're definitely out. Good morning, Tree Rogie. How you doing? Yep, we're still here under the Walnut Avenue Bridge here in Dalton, Georgia, the carpet capital of the world. We are directly across from Providence Ministries. Now, I can't really sell this here bridge. I need this big of a bridge to keep all them trolls happy. You know what I mean, Vern? Now, I might could sublet it or maybe lease it, co-use. As long as you are okay with all them there trolls. But I figured old Scary Sherry might come back by running that mouth, but luckily she didn't. Luckily she kept on going, and hopefully she's in the woods wherever she's staying. Then again, she could be somewhere buddying up to some of them Dalton Police Department that seems to love her so much. She's always talking about calling one of her friends with the Dalton Police Department. And I want to know what kind of Dalton Police Department officer is friends with a drug-addled homeless lady that causes nothing but trouble. Now, she's been out here cussing and raising hell and causing all kind of disturbances for well over a year that I know of. There's been many other people that's went to jail that would be around her, but they never take her to jail. So what's up with that, Dalton Police Department? Was I right in my assumption that y'all are the ones who are fueling her drug habit? What's going on, brother? Yeah, I'm starting to have a nicotine withdrawal. I wish I had another one right now, but we are out for now. I don't have any at the house either, though, so that is just how it goes some days. Some days you are the grass, and some day your ass is the lawnmower. Today, I guess I'm the grass. Good morning, Chris Phelps. Yes, sir, it is time to wake and bake. You know what I mean, Vern, for heaven's sake. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Boy, that truck acted like he was in a great old big hurry, didn't he? Good morning, Edging with Aliens. How you doing? That is a unique username. Never seen that one before. Please be sure to subscribe if you have not already done so. Double tap your screen to give old EagleNick the like. That must be an electric bike. It sure was quiet when it come under the bridge there. I didn't even hear it. Good morning, Gone Fishing. How you doing this morning up there near Grove, Oklahoma? Great to see you again. Gone Fishing. Yep, they are cheap. They ain't but $1.99 a pack here plus tax. $2.13 with tax. But we are out right now. Good morning, mint chocolate chip balls. How you doing? Great to see you. I see you all the time over on pinned messages, live streams. Hope you're doing okay this morning. Hey, we're doing pretty good out here this morning. We're just chilling like a villain. You know what I mean, Vern? We was looking out for old Scary Sherry. I thought maybe she would come back down through here, but I ain't seen her again yet. Maybe that is a good thing. Well, it's always a good thing when you don't see her. You don't really see her, mostly you hear her before you see her. But I would like to thank everyone for coming on to the live stream. Good morning. Speak the truth. Okay. How you doing this morning? Yeah, starting to have a nicotine fit. If there's anybody out and about in this area right now, EagleNick would like to have a pack of these Cheyenne menthol cigars and an ice cold Mountain Dew. I'd really love to have a pack of them 24/7 red 100s, but they cost over nearly $4 a pack. Hey, there comes my friend Arthur. What's up, Arthur? This is a good old guy right here. Now, back before, when I didn't have a bicycle, my bicycle was tore up. He gave me a bicycle so I'd have a way to get around. Good morning. Now then, how you doing this morning, Andy? Great to see you again, brother. Love you too, brother Andy. Great to see you again this morning. Yeah, they're real bad around here about trying to violate people's constitutional rights. Got these damn signs up through here saying no loitering, police enforce, city ordinance number, state ordinance number. But I've said it many times before that city ordinance and that state law is in a direct violation of the United States Constitution, and it is not constitutional. Therefore, it is unlawful. It is not a lawful directive. No matter what they might try to say or what they try to call it, that does not make it legal. Hey, I've lived in Dalton all my life. It is not the town that's bad, it's just our police force. Now, we have had trouble with the Dalton Police Department ever since I was a little kid. They've always been corrupt. It don't matter who the police chief is. When they do not uphold the Constitution and the constitutional rights of we the people, it cannot be a good police force. Brother Andy, is that minty chocolate chip balls? Is he the one that comes into your on your live streams all the time? I thought it was. I just wanted to be sure before I did that. I thought so. I just wanted to make sure they wasn't nobody spamming his username. Well, hell. Well, everybody, I need to end the live stream. I'm going to go up here to this store and see if I got enough to get a pack or two of them little Cheyenne cigars. I'm going to come back down here and give my friend one of them. I know he'd probably like to have another, and I'm out as well. But I would like to thank you all for coming on to the live stream. I pray that you all have a very, very blessed morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. But y'all be sure to go back to the very beginning of the live stream and y'all can see old Scary Sherry come across the road running that mouth. So, of course, I turned the live stream on her. I wasn't going to let her come up behind me and try to knock me in the head. And she was talking about she's going to call the police. You know what I mean, Vern? EagleNick. AUDIT. Peace and bacon grease. You know what I mean, Vern. Good morning, Cash Boy D. How you doing this morning? Don't believe I've ever seen Cash Boy D on here before. I am EagleNick. And I'm out.